Good afternoon. We'll call this meeting to order at 12:03. Apologize for coming in a couple of minutes late. Welcome aboard. We'll start with the invocation and pledge of allegiance today. Trustee Garrison will lead us in vote.
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this great country that we live in, Lord. Be with this board. Help us to make decisions that will be pleasing to your will. Thank you for the faculty and staff and the leadership we have, Lord. Be with this country, Lord. Heal this country and make it a better place for everyone. In your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, we're up to number 2, approval of the agenda and minutes. And we got that broken down into 3 different categories because of the tax levy a couple of months or so ago. So we'll have a consideration approval of the September agenda.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second for that?
Second.
Motion second. Any more discussion? Voice vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll move on to number 2, the consideration and approval of minutes from the August board meeting. Maybe we'll entertain a motion for that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion on that? Voice vote once again for consideration and approval of minutes of the August board meeting. If you are for that, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then we'll finish with the consideration and approval of the minutes for the tax levy meeting that was held. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes for the tax levy meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Okay, we're on a roll. Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you,
I
Amber.
think I like a free soda now.
That was a 2-minute meeting too. All those in favor of the minutes for the tax levy meeting say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we've made the auditor really happy there. We move on next on the new business, number 3, consideration of the college financial report. Charlie.
Well, starting on page 9 of your board book, we look first at the July 31st, 2025 compared to July 31st of last year. You can see that tuition and fees has got off to a good start at the beginning of the year here. Of course, at this point in July, registration is continuing, but a positive start to that. Other categories are very similar. There was a delay last year in the state appropriations in July that caught up in August, so that's the only reason why that particular section looks different. So that'll catch up next time. On the next page, looking at our expenses, again, very comparable to where we were at the point in the prior year. And then on page 12, looking at revenues minus expenses, primarily being driven by tuition and fees being ahead of last year. You can see that the net is also a little ahead of where we were last year. So just the first month of the new fiscal year, but a good start to it. The next couple of pages then are just those underlying numbers to those graphs. And then on page 15, we can look at our preliminary August numbers. So this gives us a little bit better picture of our tuition and fees. We would still have some drop add changes and things after this, so this won't be the final fall number. But you can see again, we're past that 50% mark in our tuition and fee revenue. So an excellent place to be for our fall term. Other categories, again, just getting off to good starts. Auxiliary enterprises will be just slightly behind tuition. They're primarily made of housing and bookstore expenses, so they lag just a little bit behind. So we'll see those jump in the next month. On the bottom half of that page, looking at our expenses, sort of using that 17% of the fiscal year as a guideline, you can see most categories are right there where we'd expect or even below. In previous years, we've talked about how institutional support skews a little bit ahead of that timeline because we have some large technology once a year contracts that come due right at the beginning of the fiscal year, so it always scooches them ahead a little bit. You'll notice academic support is also doing that this year, and that's just because of a rearrangement, a little restructuring that we've done. So it's the same contracts, they're just in a different category. So what you have is an institutional support. You have like our Microsoft contract and things like that. What you have is academic support is specifically the Blackboard, which is specifically academic. So it falls into the academic support category. So that's what you see there. So you'll see that pattern in kind of both those categories. Following that then are again just those underlying numbers. The statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in net position does include the budget amendments that you approved at your last meeting. So it does currently have a budgeted surplus of $87,290. On the next page of their capital budget, of course, I'm sure we'll get lots of updates about all kinds of work going on around the campus, and as well as fleet vehicles that were impacted by the storm damage, and improvements we're making at the farm, and all sorts of things that are going on there. So a number of those projects kind of spanned fiscal years. So you see those bleeding over into this new fiscal year. Then on page 19, looking at our cash position, we won't have another big cash influx until we process fall financial aid. So that will actually fall in your next month's report. So this month is actually probably a little bit on the lower end as far as the annual ebbs and flows go. We continue to have the same certificate of deposit at Southern Bank. We have no changes there. That's a 12-month CD, so we won't see a change in that until next summer. We did not have any bids open to report to you. We do have a few more budget amendments. I'm trying to do those a little more frequently this year, just to kind of keep everything caught up a little bit more timely. Pretty minor changes there, just some personnel vacancies that were filled. So that'll give us just a little bit of extra, again, on that budgeted surplus. Any questions?
Questions for Charlotte this time? You touched on facilities. Last month, Mr. Pollard's presentation was outstanding.
Thank you.
Maybe I'm visual, just seeing some of that stuff. When you pull in and see that stripe around the Live Sports Complex on the locker room side, just that little touch really sets it off like that.
Picture's worth 1,000.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, do we have a motion? Any more discussion?
I make a motion we accept the financial report as presented and approve the proposed budget amendments.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. If there's no more discussion, this will be a voice vote. All those in favor of the college financial report, say aye.
All right.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. Moving on next to the president's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have had a few events and happenings going on since our last board meeting, even though it's been a short time. We had Battle of the Bulls on September 6th. This is an event put together and put on by our rodeo program as a fundraiser. They had about 1,500 in attendance and put on an excellent show. So congrats to them. Also on September 6th, we had our annual Run for the Arts. This was actually the 10th anniversary of this event. We had both record turnout, record participation, and we raised the most money of any one of the Runs for Arts. 100% of the proceeds from this go to fund fine arts scholarships and keep our fine arts programs going. And then we've also unveiled the entire Patrons of the Arts season. It is the largest season we've done. We've already started with Annie, sponsored by Central Methodist University, Spirit of Scotland, which will be sponsored by the Livelies and the Styles. Improvised Broadway musical, Who Brought the Humbug, which is our Christmas show, sponsored by Kissinger Kirkman Investment Center. Then Christmas at the Tenant is a community choir performance. Feeling Groovy is a 60s tribute show. Missouri Big Band is a 19-piece vocal and instrumental jazz band as part of Band Fest. Valentine's dinner and dancing, sponsored, the meal sponsor is Daily American Republic. Les Ballets Africains is a all African dance troupe that is absolutely phenomenal. Then following that, March 6th and the 15th, Little Shop of Horrors. April 16th, Orlando Transit Authority, which is a Chicago tribute band sponsored by Dilly Pollard. And then on May 4th, we will have Tomas Kubadek, who is sponsored by Sides Construction. He is a family-oriented comedian, and we will end the season with the community choir concert. And then today, going on yesterday and today, is our annual Raider Rally. This is when all of our clubs, orgs, and offices put a fair on out in the quad to recruit and show their wares to our community. And then some upcoming events. Mary Taylor and Jim Pinkerton exhibit August 25th through September 26th. You can see that daily in the tenant gallery from 12 to 3. Meet the Raiders September 26th, 6 p.m. at the Lava Family Sports Complex. There'll be free admission, but $5 meal ticket for all non-students, hamburgers, hot dogs, all the fixings. Sponsored by the Booster Club with the food provided by Hardee's. And then our Career and Transfer Center open house, September 23rd to 24th, right across the hallway here, 9 to 2. And then David Fielding will be in the Art Gallery October 3rd through the 31st. Spirit of Scotland, October 23rd. While that is after our next board meeting, it is so close I wanted to be sure and announce that show. 7 p.m. Tenant Center, $15. Get your tickets now before they sell out. That, Mr. Chair, is the President's report. We do not have executive session.
Okay, we'll keep right on cruising. Hope to see everybody at Meet the Raiders. No executive session, no items for consideration, discussion, and vote. That'll take us down to number 7 on the agenda. Consideration and approval of all personnel actions and associated documents.
I would like to make a motion to approve all personnel decisions and attach the associated documents to it, please.
Thank you. Do we have a second on that motion?
I would love to second.
Thank you.
Great motion.
We were hoping so.
That was an excellent motion.
Yeah.
This will be a roll call. Following that, we're going roll call. We're going to take it up a notch.
Trustee Featherston?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson? Yes. Trustee Hager?
Yes.
Trustee Garrison?
Yes.
Trustee Shock?
There is no way I could say anything but yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
That's all I got. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion and allow you to become the new record holder.
Yeah, oh, I got the record back. 16.
Oh, it's a record.
Back.
I don't have a second.
It's got to have
We need a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. There's motion second. All those in favor say bye. Meeting adjourned.